Today I wanted to address a subject that I just read about in a blog. And it's funny, timing is really funny, because I also just encountered this same type of behavior when I was at the grocery store. And the behavior that I'm talking about is the habit that some women have gotten into of berating their husbands, berating their partners constantly in terms of what they're not doing right, how they're not enough, how they're not good enough, how they're not helpful enough, how they're not smart enough. And it's actually frustrating, and I was actually really pissed off about it today when I was at the grocery store listening to these two women bickering about what an idiot their husbands are. Both of them were saying that. It's ineffective to speak to somebody in a harsh, cutting way if you're wanting to see change, if you're wanting to see improvement. If you continue to tell a child how stupid they are, they're not going to be motivated to be smart for you. They're going to take that on, and they're going to own that. And so the same goes for your partner. If you continue to tell the man in your life how stupid they are, it's certainly not going to motivate them to be smart for you. If you continue to tell them how lazy they are, that's not going to motivate them to start helping you around the house. And it's just this frustrating thing that I see everywhere, because the damage that it's doing to these men is incredible. If women knew and women understood how much it means for a man to be valued and to be important to you, and a man will do almost anything to please the woman that he loves. Almost anything. That is, unless he thinks he can't. And the way that he gets to the point of thinking that there's nothing that I can do right now comes from that constant putting them down, constant telling them what's not good enough, constantly telling them how they're not good enough, how they're not measuring up to what we think that they should measure up with. So I regularly read a blog post called Single Dad Laughing. The writer is hilarious. He's very thoughtful. He's very smart. He's very grounded in who he is. And I just really enjoyed his readings. Well, he reposted a post about this very topic. And the original post was like 500 posts ago, so I don't know how long ago that was, but it caused strong reaction in his readers. Reaction from men who were agreeing with him and explaining how much damage they take on from this kind of belittling from their partners. And it also sparked a lot of comments from the women who argued the point back and said, I'm certainly not going to be a doormat, and I'm certainly not going to not say what I need from my partner, type of thing. So I put the link to the video down below this. I would love for you to check it out. And just go in open-minded. Go into it open-minded. Read the article. I'm not going to go into detail about what's in the article because I really do want you to read it. It just gives us food for thought. It really helps us women think about what we're doing to these men that we care about. Take the time to read this article. Ask yourself if you might be doing this to the man that you care about, to the man that you want to be strong in the relationship, strong in the family. We need to build them up. We want to build them up. I've talked about this with clients before. The fact that men need to feel important, that they need to be made to feel like significant in the household, significant to their partners, and how that's lacking in a lot of relationships. And a lot of times I get kind of spurs come out from women saying, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, pump his ego up. He should just step up and do his job. And if that is your mentality, then your relationship is going to stay the same. The truth is, that is what they want. They want to feel like they're important to us. They want to feel significant. And so a lot of times what happens in a relationship is you get used to not giving them those pep talks, not telling them how important they are to the family, and that what you're grateful for in terms of what they do in your life, what you're grateful for in terms of who they are to you as a partner. And the more that you speak highly of your partner to them, the more they're going to want to be that person for you. They just are. So the more that you tell them what a great listener they are, when they do listen, the more they're going to want to hear that from you. So they're going to want to be that for you because you're giving them that feeling of importance, that feeling of significance to you and to your life. So I would love to hear your comments. I know this is going to stir up some emotion for people, especially women who feel like they're doing it all and they're being as much as they possibly can in their relationship, and they're certainly not going to go above and beyond that by building their man up when they're already doing everything themselves. And that's fine if that's working for you. My hunch is that's not working for you. So check it out. Read the article. Just take it in. Think about it for a little bit and see if there's pieces that resonate with you, and see if there's some places that you can improve on in terms of communicating how much that they do help you, how much that they do mean to you. And at the very least, just stop communicating about all the things that they're doing that aren't good enough, that aren't helpful enough, that they aren't being enough for you, and see what happens in your relationship. If you reverse that just for a little bit, just test it and see what happens. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So take the time to check out the article down below and take the time to comment on this video if you've got comments. And I hope that you will take this to heart. I think it's a huge thing that we need to pay attention to in relationships. I'm Edie K, and I will talk to you again soon.